Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm joined right now by the head coach of the Cal State San Marcos men's basketball team, BJ Foster. Thank you very much for joining me today, Coach.
Oh, thank you, Danny. Good to see you.
Good. Well, we just want to have a chance to hear a little bit of your own words about some of the season and the way things are going, and just get a chance to hear a little insight into the Cougars. So, you guys have played 5 games this season. Obviously, last year you guys were the CCAA tournament champions. There's been some changes and things in that lineup and everything, but could you just tell me what you've learned about your team to this point through the first 5 games of the season?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're constantly learning throughout the entire season about your players, what they cannot do, trying to integrate, new personnel with returning personnel and trying to figure some things out. And so, each team has their own personality and own identity. And we've been searching for ours. Got off to a little slow start, had some unexpected bumps and bruises that kind of took some key guys out for us. But we're excited where we're going. I think the guys are pretty enthusiastic about our chances to have a good season, and we're just anxious to keep playing and keep getting better.
Well, as you mentioned, you're coming off a win in your conference opener against Cal State LA, so that's got to be a good one to kind of get things going in the right book, and that is the advantage of conference. It kind of wipes some things clean, and you kind of get your second season out of this a little bit. So what I'd like to hear a little bit more about you, could you talk to me about maybe just your defense and what you guys have going on out there? I know you might not like everything, but you guys are the number one team right now in the conference in turnover margin, and you guys are number 3 in defense. Talk to me about those parts of your game.
Well, I mean, it's a huge part of what we do. I mean, that's we rely on our defense to turn people over, to take some things away, and really try and focus um, on being aggressive on that side of the ball. And we've got really good defensive players. Our best defensive players from last season are back, and so we knew that we would have a real solid foundation there. And the guys do a great job in preparation and trying to take some of those the prep into the game and put it into play and have active hands. And so we hope that number continues, and we hope that we can stay with that, and that can be a pretty big part of our success this season. But at the same time, while focusing on the areas that we need to get better at. And so we're always pleased with the effort that we give. It's just getting a little bit smarter and playing a little bit more together, I think, and hopefully we can make some strides.
You guys, when the conference season starts, you guys actually do have the leading scorer in the conference right now. Greg Milton is leading the conference with over 22 points a game. Could you just tell me what's been going so well for him and what's been helping his scoring early in the season?
Well, we had some other guys down a little bit, so he had to try and pick up the slack. Some guys that we would count on to put the ball in the hole. But Greg is a terrific player. He works his tail off. He's in terrific shape, so he can play long minutes. And we try and put him in positions to be successful offensively. But but he's also a terrific defender too. And so if he can create some easy opportunities and get out in the lane, then obviously those numbers start getting a little bit higher.
Good. We got to talk a little bit about the numbers. I can look through the stat sheet. I can look through the box score and get a good feeling for your team. But could you tell me some of the strengths of your team that don't show up in the box score or the stat sheet?
I think the preparation is something that I'm real proud of with these guys. They really dial into the film and the scouting reports, and really they want to be a good defensive team. And so most of our prep before games has gotten to that or gone to that part of getting ready. But so just the focus, how much they care, I think is really enjoyable to come to work. And I think they're realistic too. And, I think the returners know the level of play that we got to last year. I think they know that we're not there right now. But they're still hungry to get to that point, and they understand there's been some changes and some personnel that's different, and so trying to lead those guys to get us to playing at that sharp level is is the goal. And they understand if we can get to that level, then we can be really tough to beat really by anybody.
You talk about building up to a level. So let's say things progress along the right path. And in mid-February, somebody from the GNAC is scouting you. What do you want them to say the identity of the Cougars is on the court?
I want them to say they're tough. They're tough to score on. I want them to say man, we might not be able to run that against them. We want to be sharp on the defensive side and always make it very difficult for teams. I don't think we got off to a great start this season with that, but I think in the last several games, as guys were getting healthier, which is normal, that I think the intensity has picked up a little bit, and we want to even make it even stronger and better. And so we want people to be a little bit worried about what they're going to do offensively against us if we get a chance to play them.
Good answer. So you talked about continual improving, things like that. I know throughout the season you aren't the same team you are on October 15th. You aren't the same team you are at the first game of the regular season. But what steps can you guys do to be better on March 1st than you are on December 1st?
Well, I think we got to, first of all, we got to put guys in the right spots on the offense so that they can, they can show what they can do offensively and put them in strengths and eliminate some of their weaknesses. And so I think once we do that and we get familiar with what everybody is capable of doing, and then we commit to sharing the ball and keeping the thing moving, I think as our offense grows and our offense gets stronger, if our defense continues to get stronger as well, then I like our team, I like our group, I like our grit, and I like how much we care. And so I'm very optimistic that we can get to that level. We just got to stay healthy, and we just got to put in the work and make the commitment that ultimately is our goal, to get to that level as opposed to just trying to win the next game.
Good. You talked about a goal. This will be my final question for you, and only share what you want out there publicly. But what have been some of the goals you've laid out with your team this year to accomplish both in the CCAA schedule and the rest of the season?
Well, the league play is what we had penciled. When we had lost some guys early on in the season, we knew it could be a little bumpy start. I didn't want that to get us down. I wanted us to come in and have and really be focused on the league play. And so, one of our goals is to be the best defensive team in the league. That's something that we talk about. We talk about the percentage. We talk about where we rank in some of those areas. And we obviously would like to make a run in league and really try and do well and finish towards the top in league. And so obviously once you get a taste of tournament play, you want to be in there as much as possible. And we have some guys that have some tournament experience and some positive tournament experience. And so I know that's something we haven't talked about much, but I know it's on the back of our minds too, of how we'd like to finish the season.
Well, fantastic. As you mentioned, you guys did get off on the right foot in conference play on that one. 1-0 right now in conference play. You guys will be going on the road this weekend for your second weekend. It'll be up at Stanislaus State and LA, correct? Or sorry,
and Chico State.
Yep. Yeah, said the wrong one there. But Coach, just thank you very much for taking a little time to talk to us. We hope we have another chance to talk to you in early March before the CCAA tournament going over there in Turlock. So just thank you for sharing the insight of the Cougars today.
Great. Thank you, Danny.